What's up, witches? What's up? What's up? We're at this ridiculous angle. I cannot figure out how to prop this up so it's at a better angle. I am at HQ right now and I'm in the shop and I'm just a mess. It's just a mess. I forgot my computer charger. So my computer has died. So I'm in the middle of a work day and have like things to do. But I can't do them because my charger died and I don't feel like going all the way back home to get it, to come back. So yeah, that's happening. And then I realized that I don't have the clippy thing that I put on my stand so that I can like prop my phone up in places. So like I can't even tell you how this is situated. Like you guys are propped up on like, oh my gosh, whatever. It's craziness. But what's up? What are you guys doing? I'm on my phone, so I don't even know how to like see the chat or anything. So I guess say hi or like this so I know that you're there and can see me. And if somebody says something in the chat, maybe I'll be able to see the chat and then I'll know if I can see it on my phone. But I don't know if I can see it or not. So you guys gotta tell me. All messages are visible. Okay. I just put it to all messages are visible, so I don't know if it'll let me see your comments. So let me know. Let me know if you can see me, hear me. Oh, there you go. Hey, Deja. Woohoo. Okay, sweet. It puts the comments on the screen. Nice. Oh, technology. Awesome. How are you, Deja? How's the baby family? How are you doing? Where's the camera? Oh, hi. What's up, guys? How you doing? Welcome, welcome. This is like as good of a view as I think I'm gonna get it today, so. But yeah, so I didn't want to not do anything. Obviously, I have a ridiculously long list of things to be doing. But now that we're open for business and we're open as a shop, it's important for me to try to maintain regular, business hours as best I can. So that's kind of hard because it's just me. So that means, if I have a doctor's appointment or I'm not feeling well or anything like that, it doesn't matter. I have to find some other time to do it or deal with it because, people need to know that the shop is open certain hours and they need to be able to come and get stuff whenever. And so the hours can't change just, because I've got stuff going on. So that's really hard. So, I want to go and get my computer charger so that I can work on these things that I need to do for the shop. But I don't want to leave the shop because what if someone comes by, So, yeah. So I'm like, what do I do? So I was like, let me do some stuff that doesn't require my computer and I'll share it with you guys. Baby is good. Birthday's next week. Yay! Very cool. Happy upcoming birthday. It is not the baby's fault that they are Cancer. If they had held on a little bit longer, they would be a super awesome Leo. But it's not their fault. It's not their fault. Who else is in here besides Deja? Say what's up. Let me know you're in here so I know what's going on. Definitely trying to go live on YouTube more often, or just live more often, show you guys what is going on. It's also a little bit easier for me than to like make videos afterwards and stuff to show you the progress. So it's like, let me just go ahead and be live. Hey Mika, what's up, what's up? Everybody say hi to Mika. Mika is a tarot reader that does tarot readings at Tea and Tarot. She's done the last 2 Tea and Tarots, and you can book sessions with her. If you do an in-person session with her, it'll be here. So shout out to Mika. Hi Texas Flowers. Hey Cynthia. Yeah, what's up? Welcome. Hey Shonda. Okay, cool. I just want to know who was up in here. Welcome, welcome, guys. We've got some Coven members. We've got a couple of community members. It's good to see you guys. What is up? There has been a lot going on with Coven stuff. So if you are not yet a BronxWitch Coven member, definitely check out my website, bronxwitch.com, and go to the memberships page and check it out. See if it's something that you're interested in, because we are a growing, which is amazing. We have 5 new Coven members join this week, which is so cool. If you are in the Coven, you get exclusive videos, you get lives. I'm bringing back the live new moon and full moon collective tarot readings, and they'll be available for the public, but the replays will only be available for Coven members. Coven members get access to our private Facebook group, BronxWitch Coven on Facebook. You get access to the Witches of Color support group. You get access to the BronxWitch book club. So like, there's a lot of community going on with the Coven, basically. Subgroups are being created. Hey, Irene. Everybody say hi to Irene. Irene is the moderator for the Coven Facebook group. So when you send in a request to join or stuff like that, then you might interact with Irene. And Irene has created some book club subgroups, I guess you can call it. In the book club, we've already read like 6 or 7 books together now. And so what Irene has done is she's made some private rooms in the Facebook group for people to like deep dive into those books. So in the book club, we read 1 book every 2 months, which is nice, easy pace. You only have to read a half a book a month, which seems to be pretty comfortable for most people. But some of the books that we read, like 365 Days of Hoodoo or Psychic Witch, are books that really you could like spend a whole day, a whole year on, or a whole 6 months working on. So Irene has created some rooms so that you guys can deep dive into some of those books if the 2 months wasn't enough, which I think is so cool. I really enjoy the Facebook group. I really think it's awesome that the Coven members can post stuff and create groups and discussion threads and stuff, and it's not just stuff from me. So it feels a lot more like a Coven, more like a community group. Everybody's talking to each other and all that good stuff. So the Coven is really growing, and probably the most exciting oh shit, oh my god, the wind just blew and my curtain in my office just like totally, that shit scared the hell out of me. I thought someone was climbing in the window. I was about, y'all was about to see it go down in here. Unbelievable. Anyway, so we're good. It's just the wind. Yeah, okay, so the most exciting Coven thing, and we got big help from Irene on this, so shout out to you, Irene. Irene tweaked the BronxWitch logo and made it a BronxWitch Coven logo, and then I took that and applied it to some merch. So now we have Coven merch. Whoop, 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 whoop. And I didn't check, but I saw that you guys have already started buying the Coven merch. So I'm excited to see who got what. But there are stickers, there are pins, there are hats, there are t-shirts, hoodies, aprons, tote bags, bunch of stuff. Mugs. I had to have the mugs for my tea. And they all have the BronxWitch Coven logo on them. So if you want to rep your Coven, you know what I'm saying, show a little support for your crew, your growing community, and you want to support this channel, you can now get merch. So shout out to Irene for the artistic creativity and the design. And I linked it in the description of this video, so if you look down and just look for Coven merch, ! And click on that link, and you can check out the Coven merch. More merch will be coming. I'll be working on some more designs as well, and soon the merch shop should be available from YouTube. So YouTube takes a while with these things or whatever, but they're supposed to link up so that on this video you can just like click something and it'll take you to the merch page. That hasn't happened yet. They say it takes like up to a week to get approved. So I'm waiting for that part to happen. But the shop is active. It exists. You can place your order. It will be sent directly to you. I think it's super fast shipping. It's like 5 days or something. Lots of different sizes, lots of different colors, styles. So yeah, scroll down below when you're done with this video and go shopping for Coven merch. And then you know you gotta tag me if you get stuff. You gotta tag me on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, wherever. Tag me so I can see it, because I'm gonna order some stuff for myself. But I'm not gonna get everything necessarily, because like it's way too hot for me to get a hoodie, it's way too hot for me to get a beanie, cap. But I just wanted to put those things in there because who doesn't like a hoodie? Who doesn't like a beanie cap? So I put them on there. But I'm definitely gonna get me a t-shirt, definitely gonna get me an apron, because kind of an apron collector at this point. So gotta get me an apron, and a tote bag. Everybody needs a tote bag, so I gotta get me a tote bag. Oh, and probably a mug. Yeah, so I'm gonna order some stuff for myself so I can see it in person, and show you guys what they actually look like. But if anybody else orders and gets your stuff before I get mine, please tag me. I will repost your pictures to show people what stuff looks like, okay? Because obviously they have pictures and there are models modeling the stuff, but you never know till you get it in person. So if you get some stuff, tag me please, or send me the picture. You can email me the picture, DM me the picture, whatever. It's 2022, y'all can figure out how to get it to me. Get it to me or tag me and I'll repost it and show everybody like what the swag looks like. So yeah, I'm really excited about that. I can't wait to get my stuff. Let's see, what else? Coven stuff. Yeah, that's pretty much it for Coven stuff going on right now. If you don't know how to join the Coven, it is through YouTube. There are 3 levels of membership: supporter, friend, and seeker. And the supporter level is the starter level. It's only $2.99 a month, and it pretty much gives you everything. So you just have to come in at that level. And then if you would like access to the Witches of Color support group, then you can upgrade to friend level. If you would like access to the book club, then that is seeker level. So it just kind of depends on what stuff you want to participate in. That kind of determines your Coven level. But again, BronxWitch.com/memberships will tell you everything you need to know about the whole Coven breakdown, and the links to join, and the videos that I made last year to explain the whole YouTube membership thing. It's basically like Patreon, if you've ever done Patreon. So I'm a little bummed out right now because, as you can see, I have a pair of scissors in my hand instead of my hot pink box cutter, which is my very special, amazing, witchy box cutter that I freaking can't find. This day has just been all over the place. You know what the problem is? The problem is I took too much time for myself, which, you know, doesn't sound like a bad thing, but basically this weekend I plan to do a bunch of things, like go to Pride and all this stuff, and I just realized that I really needed to take time for myself. I needed to clean my altars. I had some spell work to do. I needed to do some HQ stuff, I almost said it. Some secret project stuff. Hey Regina, some secret project stuff. Coven members know what the secret project is. So please, if you're in the comments, Coven members, do not mention it in the comments. Please, please, please. This is not a private live. This is a public live. So there are non-Coven people in here. Please, please, please do not mention what the secret project is, because you guys know. But I am working on the secret project, and I had stuff to do for that this weekend. And I was just like, you know what? I'm going to stay home. I'm gonna stay home. I'm gonna stay home. What's going on here? I'm getting alerts. Oh, welcome, Deja. Welcome. Did you see that we have picked the July and August book? You just joined at the seeker level. So book club for July and August, we are reading Protection and Reversal Magic by Jason Miller. Really, really popular, really good book that I'm excited to get into, and Denise, welcome Denise, also seeker level. Denise, we are reading Protection and Reversal Magic by Jason Miller. You can get your copy of the book from my Amazon storefront. It's linked down below, or you can just search for it on Amazon, or since you are a Coven member, you get a 30% discount code for Weiser books if you want to buy the book directly from Weiser, because it is a Weiser book. So now that you joined, now that you are a member, just go to the community tab on my page and scroll back to the beginning of the month. Every month I repost the discount codes that you guys get for being Coven members, and it's listed for you there. Okay, so you can buy it on Amazon, or if you want that super sweet discount, you can buy from the Weiser store directly and use the code, and the link to the store is in that post. Got it? If you have any questions, hop up in the Facebook group and ask people, or drop a comment down below. There are a bunch of Coven members here, so they can help explain to you where to find the discount code. But yeah, that discount code is only valid from Weiser until the end of July, so I would definitely go ahead and grab Protection Magic with a discount. And welcome, new guys. Welcome. That's okay, Cavalry. See you next time. The replay will be available. Thank you for welcoming everybody, Regina. Hey, Nat. Yes, join whenever it makes sense, you know. Totally up to you. It's a growing community. We just got started last year. Took us some time to find like the right, I feel like I felt like I had to find the right social media platform for the Coven before I could really start moving forward. So now that we have found Facebook groups as the place to be, I feel like now I can just move forward with offering you guys more things, more videos, classes, you know, meetups, all of that stuff, because I feel like now I know exactly where I can post, where people can see it, they can interact, we can schedule things, and do reminders and like all that stuff. So now that that has been settled, I feel like I'm settled, I'm good. So what's up to the 13 of you who are in here? All 13 of you, go and like this video right now, please. Let people know that we are here. This is a public video, so Coven members, mum's the word on any private Coven stuff that we've talked about, but I think it's just the one thing. And yeah, if you are interested in being a part of a growing community of witches, then consider joining the BronxWitch Coven. We've got a lot going on. I won't repeat everything from the beginning of the video. You can hopefully go back to the start. But the reason why I'm live at this moment is because my freaking computer died. My lifeblood has died. I forgot to bring my charger with me, and so I decided to do some other stuff in the shop and include you guys with it so you can see what's going on. The first thing that I want to do is complain about not knowing where my box cutters are. I think they must be back at home with my charger and all the other important shit I was supposed to bring. But like I said, I kind of took a lot of time for myself, and I worked from home yesterday. So I was home Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and I think I got so relaxed that I kind of got out of my, you know, grind, and I just kind of wasn't in my usual flow and forgot a lot of things. So I don't have my box cutter, so this is kind of sad. But the first thing that we're going to open, well, the only thing we're going to open, but I'm going to show you some other stuff. But what we're going to open, I have been waiting for a while. And this is no one's fault that I was waiting for a while. The USPS, you know how they can be. This package got lost in the mail. I think it was returned to sender. Then it was sent back. Then it was the wrong address. It was a lot. It was a lot that went down. But I am so glad because this is coming to us courtesy of the folks at Weiser Books, the same people that hooked us up with that discount code. So a really big shout out goes out to Gia and Erin and Britt and all the amazing people at Weiser. Honestly, ever since we have been in contact, they have been so kind, so nice, really interested in what is growing here at HQ and really want to be a part of it. When I told them about the Take One, Leave One library and making a donation, they were like, yes, of course, sign us up. We'll grab some books for you. What are you interested in? And I really, really appreciate it because of all of the different aspects of HQ. The Take One, Leave One library is the part that's probably most dear to my heart. As a native resident of the Bronx, 35, almost 36 years of life right here on the Grand Concourse, it really saddens me that we only have one bookstore to service an entire borough of almost 3 million people. We have very few community spaces and very few spiritual places. And HQ is here to change that. You know, that's the mission that we have, to bring spirituality and spiritual products, services, and events to the community. And books are a big part of that. Because books are so hard to come by in this neighborhood, everyone is stuck with Amazon, and no shade to Amazon, I order from them all the time. But when it comes to your spiritual journey, you might be looking for something a little bit more personal. And we will be selling books here. We are growing into a metaphysical bookstore, so we will be selling books. But it was important for me to make books available to folks without buying a book being a requirement, you know? I wanted to make it possible for people to get their hands on spiritual books, even if they don't have the money to spend on that. So the Take One, Leave One library is about that. It's about bringing these books to a community that doesn't have a lot of access to books, one, and that two, is made up of working families that really don't have necessarily income for things like books, quite frankly. So yeah, this donation is extra special. It's taken a while to get here, so that means it's even more special. You know, save the best for last kind of thing. We have gotten donations from community members, from Coven members, and donations from another book publisher called Quattro Books, and this is from Weiser. So let's get into it. It is an 8-pound box. So let's see. Let's see what's in here. Oh, I'm missing comments. Yes, thank you. Irene is reminding everyone to take a witchy moment and like the video. I am not good with that stuff. I'm learning the social media thing, the importance of people liking stuff and reminding people to like and subscribe and stuff, because I watch stuff on YouTube all the time, I'm gonna be honest, and I just forget to like it. You know, it's not I'm just like moving and I watch something and I'm like, oh great, or I look up how to do something and I see a 2-minute video real quick and then I'm off to go do it, and I sometimes forget to like. And now that I'm on the other side and I'm a small business owner and I have to make content, and the more the things I make are seen and liked and shared and all that stuff really translates into people knowing about the place and the things that I'm doing. And yeah, so now I'm that way with reviews too. Now when small businesses reach out for reviews, I make sure to leave a review now, because now that I'm on the other side, I'm like, wow, a good review for a small business is huge. It's huge. You think you're just clicking 5 stars, or you're just saying, oh great, fast shipping, but for a business that can translate into other people supporting that business. So it's huge, and I'm trying to get better at it. So thank you, Irene, for reminding me and reminding everybody else, and thank you guys for liking, because there's 11 of you in here and there are 11 likes. So thanks. And that's 1111, so shout out to that angel number. Okay, we've got packaging. All right. Ooh, it's a whole stack. Wow, I already see some titles I want to read. Okay, yay! All right, ready? Let's do this. Starting right on the top. Okay, this is how it came. Can I show it to you? Without dropping everything, I always try to do this. Okay, see that? See that stack in there? They were generous. Oh, I'm so excited. Yay! Okay, there's some books in here that I have that I know people are gonna love. Oh, this is exciting. Okay, let's just start at the top. starting off with Consorting with Spirits by Jason Miller. This is, I believe, a recent release from Jason Miller. Interestingly, we are reading a Jason Miller title in the book club. For July and August, we are reading Protection and Reversal Magic, which might be his most popular title. But this is a recent one called Consorting with Spirits. One of our book club members is reading it. One of our Coven members is reading it currently. And I'm excited to see more feedback from people about it. Jason Miller is well known in the witchy world, has a whole sorcery course online that you can take. The author of Financial Sorcery as well. And this book is specifically about working with spirits, basically. How to conjure them, call them in, how to make agreements with them, to work with them, how to ask them to do things on your behalf, etc., etc. So it says the reader will learn a system of practices that will cultivate three main skills: the capacity to perceive spirits clearly. So if you don't see, feel, hear spirits, you're going to learn how to do that. The ability to interact with them effectively, and the tools to deepen your relationships. Awesome. This is so amazing, guys, because usually when you get donations, you get older books or used books, and it is so amazing to get a box full of brand new books of recent releases. So shout out to Weiser Books. This is amazing. So Consorting with Spirits by Jason Miller. You want to read this book for free? Come to HQ and borrow it from the library. Next, we have, I love this cover that Weiser has, by the way. They've been doing this cover with a couple of other books. They look very textbooky, very professional looking. I like it. Instead of like, usually I gravitate towards witchy books that are like purple, pink, stars, cats and crystals, because I'm corny like that. So I like that they have these like serious covers. So this one is Predictive Astrology: Tools to Forecast Your Life and Create Your Brightest Future by Bernadette Brady. Okay, so in this book, you are specifically going to be learning about understanding or predicting the future based on planetary transits and other astrological things. You guys know how important astrology is to me, even though I'm not an astrologer. It matters. We always talk about astrology at the start of any new moon or full moon collective reading. So this book is specifically to help you actually forecast your future and I guess alter your future as well using astrology. Very nice. Also, I think that's new. I think all of these are kind of new. That's amazing. Next, we have Hoodoo Justice Magic by Miss Aida. Yes, Miss Aida, very well known hoodoo practitioner, I guess, but I think she also maybe practices Santeria. Yeah, she's a medium, Santeria initiate, hoodoo practitioner, and author. So I have a couple of her books. The books that I have by her are smaller. They're usually like much smaller. So this is kind of exciting to see such a thick book. And this is on Hoodoo Justice Magic. So if you have legal issues, you have court case matters, you want to get someone out of jail, you want to avoid going to jail, then this is a book of hoodoo, African American folk magic that is geared to that. Okay, nice. There's not a lot of spell book stuff on the library, so this is kind of exciting. Spells to send your enemies away, different psalms and prayers, tarot cards, stuffed doll. Ooh. Seek revenge or walk away. Okay. Hey, hi, Margaret. Sorry, I got distracted. So I like stuff like this because I like when practitioners talk about like deciding how to work magic or whether or not magic is really the thing you need to be doing. And she has this little section in here about what you want to take into consideration if the work that you are doing is like an act of revenge. And she talks about the importance of protection and cleansing, which are like the two foundational practices that I'm always telling new witches that you want to understand. Cleansing and protection work. Um, and yeah, awesome. Very helpful. Love this. Oh man. Ooh, working with clay baby dolls, cloth dolls. Okay, the only problem with these things is that I like want to keep them all for myself, but oh, you know what? If you want any of these titles, make sure you're in the Coven, use your Weiser discount. It expires July 31st, so you might as well rack up on all these Weiser titles, get your discount. That's actually what I'm probably gonna do. Honestly, the books in here that I want for myself, I'm probably gonna shop this week, use the discount, and just buy a bunch of Weiser books that I know I want to read, even though I don't think I'm gonna get to them, you know, right away. I might do that. This is definitely gonna be one of them. Hoodoo Justice Magic, useful to have, especially for those of y'all who are criminals, okay? You know, I know some of you got that PPP money and don't got no business to show for it. You know what I'm saying? I know some of you been claiming other people's dependents on your taxes, okay? Yeah, I know that some of you have been illegally ciphering cable from your neighbors, okay? You need some justice magic, you know what I'm saying? Keep the law away, keep the lawman off you, because some of you are criminals. All right, so that's that one. Next, we have Blackthorn's protection magic. I'm sensing a theme here with the justice and the protection magic going on. Universe, you're trying to send us a sign that everybody needs to be on top of their protection magic game this month, maybe. This is by Amy Blackthorn. I have her Sacred Smoke book. She's also the author of Botanical Magic and Blackthorn's Botanical Brews, which sounds delicious. But this is a book on protection magic, specifically from the lens of a green witch. So Amy Blackthorn is known as a green witch. She writes frequently on herbs and the use of herbs and things like that. And so this is protection magic, and she talks about, working with herbs for mental and psychic self-defense. Very cool. Gardening tips in here. Carrier oils for the herbs that you're working with. She lists different protection herbs that you can work with and make oils from. She has incense recipes for both psychic and physical protection. Tarot spells for protection. I like that. I like tarot spells. I don't do them very often, but when I have, I've really enjoyed it. But usually you have to have a deck that you don't mind sacrificing. Which not everybody is willing to do. Okay, cool. And useful charts, banishing, protection, psychic protection, herb stuff, okay? So Blackthorn's protection magic, gonna be in the library. Next, we have a couple of books that Weiser sent to me, which is good because now I can put these on the shelves at the library and not feel bad because I know I have a copy. So the first one is Witch Queens, Voodoo Spirits, and Hoodoo Saints by Denise Alvaro. She is raised in Creole New Orleans culture. And so she's got several books: The Conjurer's Guide to Saint Expedite, the Voodoo Hoodoo Spell Book, which I am going to be carrying in the store. The Magic of Marie Laveau and the Voodoo Doll Spell Book, another book that I'm going to be carrying in HQ. In this one she talks about Notable spirits and folk saints such as Papa Legba, Annie Christmas, Black Hawk, Jean Saint Malo, Saint Expedite, Plague Saint Roque, and of course the mother and father of New Orleans voodoo, Marie Laveau, and Dr. Jean Montanet. So she goes into the details of these different hoodoo and voodoo spirits, information about their history, and I imagine instructions on how to work with them if you feel so called to do so. This is very cool. I have never been to New Orleans, if you can, well, no, that's not true. I was in New Orleans as a kid, but I've never been as an adult. And I am very much looking forward to it. I love this picture of Papa Legba by the author. I've seen it online before. Shout out to Papa Legba, wearing my Saint Lazarus rosary today. Papa Legba is syncretized with Saint Lazarus in some practices. Oh shit. I read that book. Unfortunately, wait, which book? Why unfortunately? Was it not good? Oh, thank you, C. Maria. I appreciate it. I'm definitely trying to get back to making more regular videos, like informative videos. I kind of had to get things situated with HQ and the Coven, and now that they're kind of situated, I feel like I can get back to making videos more regularly. Very cool. Ooh, okay. I had read this section. I'm glad that she went into it. She talks about how Papa Legba got totally screwed up by American Horror Story. Do you guys know this? Black Thorns Protection Magic. It left me with more questions and answers. Oh, very good to know. Thank you for sharing your experience with this book. This is neither an endorsement nor a non-endorsement. Only a thank you to Weiser for sending us a free copy. But thank you for sharing your experience with it. That will, maybe help people decide whether or not to take it off the shelves. But that is the beauty of coming to HQ. It's free here. So you can read it, and if it doesn't work for you, you put it back on the shelf, and it's like it never happened. Okay. American Horror Story. Raise your hands if you watch the American Horror Story season Coven. Any American Horror Story Coven fans in here? I was like an obsessed American Horror Story fan when it first started, like obsessed. I thought it was the most, I still do, I thought it was the most genius thing in the world. First of all, season 1, freaking incredible, okay? Freaking incredible. A haunted house where everybody in it is dead, but you don't, oh, super spoiler, sorry, you don't really know that. Freaking incredible. Irene, yes, you saw that? Okay, so loved American Horror Story for the longest time. Coven came along, and of course, I was like, they're doing witches! I'm so excited. Watched the season. I was kind of about it, only because I found it a little bit annoying that everybody just basically could just be brought back to life. I thought that was just like a little too unrealistic, and also like kind of anticlimactic, because it's like, if you're gonna kill off one of my favorite characters, like just kill them off. Don't give me this whole, oh, but then they get to just come back to life, yay, kind of thing. Anyway, I didn't like that part of it. But the other part of it that was annoying was the complete and utter misrepresentation of Papa Legba. I should watch the series. Yeah. So, okay, the series is good. Like, it's really good. And the genius idea that they had to come back each season with a totally different story, different time of, history, different characters, but have some of the same actors come back and play different characters. That was so freaking genius. It was so freaking genius. If you loved those actors before American Horror Story, you will love them even more, because you get to see them play 3, 4, 5 different characters over the course of time and nail each one. Really, really, really good show. Definitely not hating on the show, but very disappointed as a magical practitioner because they took the time to create a season about witches in which they, didn't just paint the typical stereotypical crap about witches. They did something that, obviously it's not realistic. Obviously it's TV. We don't have a Supreme and like all that stuff. But it was kind of cool to see them like take it seriously, take witchcraft seriously and not just make it a joke. But it was really disappointing to see them make such a blatant either mistake or calculated decision about Papa Legba. They apparently had spiritual consultants on set to make sure that they didn't fuck up the magic part too much. So how they could mess up this, I don't know. But they have literally fucked up the world in the sense that they have created a huge amount of confusion. In the season Coven, there is a character named Papa Legba. And in the season, Papa Legba is like the spirit of the dead. And he wears a top hat and he has white paint on his face that makes his face look like a skull. And, he's kind of dressed sort of pimpish and he has a very sinister nature about him and all of that stuff. That image that they use of Papa Legba and the story that they use is of a completely different voodoo spirit named Baron Samedi, Samedi. That spirit is the spirit of the dead. He wears a top hat. He's symbolized by like the skull and crossbones. He has a more sinister element. He's known to partake of some, illegal substances and such. And they literally just took that, gave it the name Papa Legba, and ran with it. And that's really, really frustrating to see them make such a huge mistake because you have all these young witches coming into the practice thinking that the Baron is Papa Legba and having this completely, it's just it's annoying to see that happen. It feels like it gets done on purpose sometimes when these Hollywood folks make shows or movies about witchcraft or especially about like indigenous traditions and black traditions. It's almost like they on purpose fuck shit up. I don't know if they're trying to make it confusing, if they're trying to keep people from practicing, or they just don't care and they're just like, let's go. Honestly, it's probably that they just don't care. And the Baron's imagery is way more scary. Papa Legba is like kind of a frail, sweet old man in most depictions. He's sometimes in some practices, in some traditions, considered kind of like a trickster spirit. But he's definitely not, dangerous or scary or, the way the Baron's imagery kind of lends itself. So they basically just said, we're going to take this completely different spirit that has nothing to do with this name and assign its traits because we think that is going to be scary and more Hollywood or whatever. And Papa Legba sounds cooler than Baron Samedi. So we're going to go with that. I think that's probably what it was. They just don't care that these types of mistakes get replicated and repeated all over. So now, when you go to Google and you Google Papa Legba, guess what fucking comes up first? Excuse my language, YouTube. Guess what comes up first? The Baron and the pictures of the character from American Horror Story. Papa Legba is a spirit that has been venerated for hundreds of years at the very least, right? By numerous cultures. He is of incredible significance in voodoo because he is the keeper of the crossroads. He basically keeps the dead where they're supposed to be and the living where they're supposed to be. His energy is benevolent. It is godly because it is resurrective. Yeah, it's special, and it's heartbreaking to me, really, that if you go to Google Papa Legba now, instead of information from hundreds of years of this spirit being important to people, you get 50, 100 images from the show American Horror Story before you get any like actual information about Papa Legba. And certainly before you get, oh, I lost it. But before you get a picture like this, you first get rows and rows and rows of the American Horror Story character. So if you are a new witch and you are trying to learn about the Loa, you're trying to learn about ancestors, you're trying to learn about these spirits, you are immediately screwed and you don't even know it. You go to Google Papa Legba and you think, oh, this is Papa Legba, and you've got pictures of a completely different spirit and information about a completely different spirit on your timeline or on your search results, and there's nothing there to tell you, oh, the reason why the first 50 pictures are of this character is because this show was super incredibly important, and that's how algorithms work. So you're gonna get the most popular thing, excuse me, not important, popular. So you're gonna get the most popular thing instead of the most accurate thing. Very annoying. Anyway, that is my rant about Papa Legba. But I think it's really cool that Denise Alvarado addresses it in this book, because you honestly would have no idea. You know, if you don't know what American Horror Story is, or you don't know that that depiction is incorrect, then you go to get information on Papa Legba and you think that's who Papa Legba is. You have no idea that the stupid algorithm is showing you the most popular pop culture reference to Papa Legba as opposed to the most informative or accurate information about Papa Legba. And that's the annoying thing about the internet. You get the most popular stuff, not the most accurate stuff. So if 1,000 people like some dumb shit, you're gonna get some dumb shit. You know? So anyway, beware when you Google Papa Legba, you are not getting Papa Legba. If you are seeing something other than a frail old man with some keys and a cane and some dogs, that is not Papa Legba. Take it very seriously because he's special to me. So, but this book addresses that. And I haven't read the rest of the book, but that little detail excites me because I like when books actually, you know, reference the real worlds that we're living in. Let you know, like, hey, guess what? When you Google this shit, you're gonna get the wrong information. The next book we have is another one I'm excited to read. This is Espiritismo by Juan Hector Salva. Juan Hector Salva is a voodoo Juan, which is like a priest in voodoo. It says here that he is a Juan Asogwe, a high priest of the Asan lineage. Okay, so and this is Haitian voodoo. So he's a Haitian voodoo initiate. And he also wrote the 21 Divisions, which is about Dominican voodoo. Okay, and this is a Spiritismo, specifically about Puerto Rican mediumship and magic. So I assume he talks about Allan Kardec. It doesn't mention his name on the back, but I assume so. Allan Kardec is credited with bringing spiritualism to the modern world, I guess would be the way to describe it. But I'm excited for this book mostly because I am not a medium. I know that that is not in my spiritual life calling. It's not in my path. But I find it fascinating, obviously. And I do want to read this book because he talks about the different divisions of spirits. And kind of similar to the Jason Miller book we saw, it's important to know the different classification of spirit entities out there, so you know what you're dealing with. Next, another book that I just got. This is the Pagan Family Prayer and Rituals book. I do not know how to say the author's name. I am so sorry. I never know how to pronounce it. I'm gonna say Saiswir Serith. I know that's wrong because I think it's like Gaelic, you know, so I'm sure that this is pronounced totally wrong. If anyone knows how to pronounce it, spell it phonetically in the comments, but I'm gonna go with Sacier Serif because I'm American and that's how we would say that. But this is a great book. All of this author's books are great. If you are pagan and you are looking for prayers that do not come from Christianity or Islam, etc., and that are written specifically for pagans from a pagan lens, these books are great. I have the big book of pagan prayer and ritual. I use it all the time. All the time, okay? I have taken so many prayers from it, most without even needing to modify them, because since they're written from a pagan perspective by a pagan, they make perfect sense. The other books that he has are broken down by like life events, and then further broken down by like common deities and spirits in pagan circles, okay? So he'll have like a chapter on marriage, for example, and then there'll be like 25 different prayers about marriage, and there'll be, 15 of them will be to like marriage and fertility gods and goddesses from all different types of pagan backgrounds. Super awesome books. Doesn't really matter what your practice is. If you fall under the pagan umbrella, then these prayers will be for you, or they'll be adaptable by you. Very, very useful, because I am a firm believer in prayer. Prayer is very important to me, but I can totally understand how prayer seems to go hand in hand with Christianity or the large organized religions, and that might turn people off. And I am a big advocate for people understanding that prayer is really nothing more than a politely worded request from the universe. You can address it to a particular entity in the universe if you want, but you're basically just asking for something nicely. And so Christians don't own prayer. Jews don't own prayer. They may do it the most or the most publicly, but they don't own prayer. And prayer, I think, is a big part of a spiritual life and a magical life if you work magic in the context of religion like I do. So prayer is important, but praying prayers that you don't resonate with or that are to gods that you don't connect with doesn't work, right? It's like, ew, no thanks. Here comes this person to solve all of our problems and give us pagan prayers that simply reference universal forces that pretty much everybody recognizes: Mother Earth, Father Sky, the elements, things like that, as well as certain deities that are, honored by certain pagan traditions. So Hecate or Zeus, even, the Greek and Roman pantheon, the Egyptian pantheon. He touches on a bunch of the big ones, and even includes some indigenous deities as well. If I'm remembering correctly from the last book, there are prayers to oh shoot, I'm blanking on her name. Who's the volcano, the Polynesian or Hawaiian volcano goddess? Does anybody remember? So can you say, so you can say Father Time? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. What do you mean, so you can say Father Time? Yeah, if that's who you're talking to, you can say whatever you want. If that's who you're talking to, if Father Time is the entity that you want to connect with, honor, call in with a prayer, absolutely. There's a really big misconception perpetuated primarily by the members of the major religions, that prayer has something to do with the Bible or with the Torah or the Quran. No, prayer has to do with being a human being who needs a way to communicate with spiritual beings. And we do that through prayer, amongst other things. But we do that through prayer. And your prayer can be to whatever unseen being you would like to speak with. It does not have to be God per se. And if it is God, that does not have to be the God of the Bible. I pray to God all the time, every single morning, and at other times as well. But when I pray to God, I am praying to capital G, the all God, the one, the universe, force, the source, the all, so many names that this idea goes by, but this is the universal energy that permeates through all things and through nothing as well. It is not personifiable. It is not an individual. It's neither male nor female. It neither is nor is not. So when I am praying to God, that's who I'm talking to, and that's who I'm talking about. I'm not talking about lowercase g, God of the Bible, God of this text, that text, or this tradition or that tradition. Okay? Now, I do honor spirits that people would call deities, or that might be called a god or a goddess. But understand that those are all lowercase g gods and goddesses. And for me, that means they are personifications of a much bigger concept that they cannot fully grasp. And so some culture, some group of people somewhere has said, okay, we call this aspect of capital G God love, and we give it the name Venus. And we call this aspect of capital G God war, and we give it the name Mars, etc., etc. So yeah, don't get confused by that, okay? People like to act like they own the word God and they own the word prayer, and they don't. Both of those words are available to all of us, and they can mean to you what they mean to you. And that can be different from what they mean to someone else. That's my rant on prayer. But if you're looking for pagan prayers, this author has great books, and this is the newest one, specifically with prayers for the family, which I think is really, really nice. I don't have kids, but if I were, I would definitely be raising them pagan. And I think one great way to teach your kids these lessons is through prayers and songs and things that they can easily remember and repeat all the time. Yeah, so, or that, not even repeat all the time, because like that sounds very programmy, but like just to have something that you can do together. You can recite together, say together. I love prayer, I love religious songs. I'm just like corny like that. All right, 2 more to go. Next we have the Big Book of Candle Magic. Ooh, that's exciting, because I think there are 2 other candle magic books on the shelves right now. This is a comprehensive in-depth guide, including instructions for casting your own spells, by Jackie Smith, the founder of Coventry Creations. I was just looking at this book. Coventry Creations is a pretty well-known shop. I don't know if they're a physical shop. They're probably a physical shop, but they make candles. Okay, just got some other books as well. And Candle Magic, this book includes practical instructions for crafting your own spells, tips for successful spell casting, and guidelines for how to use basic supplies for everyday magic. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Jackie Smith's Book of Candle Magic. Can't go wrong with a candle magic book. Okay, and then the last one here. Ooh, this is a bit advanced, I think. Okay, so this is called Liber Null and Psychonaut by Peter J. Carroll. This is the practice of chaos magic. And I might need to flip through this, because I'm going to be honest, I hear the term chaos magic all the time and I don't fully understand what it is. Sounds scary, because I'm like, why would you want to do anything chaotically? But I'm sure that's not what it means. But I don't really know, so I am curious. So I'll definitely be flipping through this. But in this book, Carroll presents an approach to the practice of magic that draws on the foundations of shamanism and animism, as well as that found in the Greek magical papyri, the works of Eliphas Levi and Aleister Crowley, and the esoteric meditative practices of classical India and China. Sounds chaotic. That's a lot. Yeah, sounds chaotic. Look at that. Book on chaos magic. Libernal and Psychonaut. That's definitely the only one we'll have in the library. Oh my gosh. Wait, can I even, oh, this is exciting. Wait, what else? Nope, that's just cardboard. All right. Let's see. Do one of these. I'm not strong enough. Yes, I am. You guys see that? I'm posing for a thumbnail. I've read Liber. Oh, it's a fun read? Yeah? Okay. I just want to flip through it just to like familiarize myself with what chaos magic even really is. I don't think I understand. Check it out. Look at that. Wow. This is like, oh, my heart is so full. A handful of donations to the library. I'm so excited. We haven't had a library donation in a few weeks, so I love adding new things to it, and it wasn't moving for a little bit. So this is really exciting stuff. So yeah. These books will be added to the Take One, Leave One library. If you stop by HQ, you can grab it, read it, bring it back, keep it, swap it with something else. Most importantly, no cost. So yeah, I am so grateful to Weiser Books. Shout out to them. They are amazing. Okay, and I'm going to show you guys one more thing. It's not an unboxing, but I just wanted to show you what I got today. I'm going to try to make a video, but it wasn't really that eventful of a process of me getting it. It was just like a process of them getting to me. But then my husband just brought them here, so it wasn't, I thought I was gonna have to go on a journey to get them. But anyway, so you guys know we have our growing conjure shop here, and it's really important to me that I offer quality conjure products, because we don't have any conjure shops in the Bronx or in the city really at all. And if I'm gonna do this, I wanna do it right, and I want people to know that when they come here, they are getting, you know, you can buy candles and incense and all that stuff, but when it comes specifically to conjure products, and when I say conjure products, I mean items that are really specific to hoodoo, voodoo, and conjure magic. And so these are things like Haijan roots, lucky hand roots, used horseshoes, railroad spikes, coffin nails, flannel, real flannel for mojo bags, things like that, okay? These are things that you really, animal curios like snake's tooths and snake teeth, and skin and things like that. So yeah, so I really want to source those items myself. I don't want to just order them online from people that I don't know, because I don't want you guys to have to do that. You know, the whole point of the shop is to make it possible to get these products and get them from an actual practitioner and get them from someone who knows where her stuff comes from and doesn't just order from China or order from AliExpress or whatever. No offense to anybody, okay? And some of the things that I order do have to come from China or AliExpress. My glass jars behind me, for example, like I'm not blowing glass, so I have to buy those things, my boxes, you know? But when it comes to these products, because they are magical products, I really want to make sure that, like, when you get stuff from HQ, you know that you've got the real deal and you've got the best quality. So I am speaking with people all around the country who are conjure practitioners, who have shops or who do wholesale or make their own oils, grow their own Haijan, grow their own Jezebel root, and things like that. And one of the first items that I wanted to get into the shop is red bricks. If you are not familiar with conjure or hoodoo magic, red brick is used very commonly as a for protection. The dust, the powder of the brick in particular, is used for protection. It's used very similar to black salt. You can just sprinkle it around your property, but it can also be used in other types of powders like fiery wall of protection, or I put it in my hot foot powder, things like that. So I didn't want to just buy brick. First of all, I wanted to make sure that it was real brick, okay? Because sometimes you just get like red painted clay or cement or whatever, I don't know. But I wanted to make sure that it was actually brick, and I wanted to know the story of the bricks. So I started off by going to the Facebook Marketplace, because, you know, Marketplace, you can find things for cheap. I've never used it before, but I see it, and I see that people sell things for cheap, or they even just give things away for free. And I saw a few people giving away red bricks from construction in the area and stuff like that. And I was contemplating just going to one of these places and picking up the brick, but I was like, you know, I don't know how old the brick is. I don't know what it's been used for. I don't know who's used it. I'm gonna have to do a lot of cleansing and all that stuff, and I just don't know. So my husband told his mom, and his mom was like, well, what a coincidence. We are redoing the walkway in our 100-year-old house in Martha's Vineyard, and we have a whole bunch of red brick from the old walkway. Do you want it? Yes, please. What? What a saint. I love my mother-in-law. She's one of the sweetest people ever. Not only did she do research on the bricks for me and let me know that they were in fact 100 years old and that some of them were made here in New York, but she drove them all the way to Connecticut to her sister's house, my aunt-in-law. My husband went up to Connecticut this past weekend, got the bricks, and brought them back. And he just dropped them off today. Exactly. Totally divine timing, right? If I had asked her this last year, she would have like not known what to do. Like, just everything worked out so perfectly. The two people on Facebook Marketplace that I hit up about the bricks didn't get back to me in time. They took too long to get back to me, and in the meantime, she made arrangements. So yeah, all in divine timing. And they were going to be free to me either way, but now I know exactly where each of these bricks come from. I have walked on these bricks. Okay, they were the bricks that were in the walkway up until like 6 months ago, and they redid their walkway, and the bricks have just been sitting in the yard since. But I have been with my husband for almost 15 years now or something like that. I have visited that house more times than I can count. I got married down the street from that house. Our pre-wedding dinner the night before was held at that house. So my family members have walked across these bricks from Charleston, you know. So my best friends, you know. So these bricks are very intimately connected to me, my history, but also to the history of the area, because they were made in New York, transported to Martha's Vineyard, where they were laid down as the walkway of this house, walked on for 100 years, and are now back in New York. Like the ATR practitioners say, ashe, right? So let's get into it. When I tell you, look at this. Look at this. Look at this! What is that even? Is this like some Knights Templar shit, you think, maybe? I was like, was the Holy Grail behind this brick? But these bricks are classic. Classic brick. Look at this. How dope is that? Still dirty. She was like, do you want me to power wash them? I was like, don't you dare touch those bricks, lady. Don't you dare clean those. Just bring them right. Just bring them how they are. I will take care of the rest. Look at that. Brockway, I think that's one of the ones that were New York makers. Mally, it's another brick maker. Hi, Allie, are you still live? Yes, you're here. Can't you see that? You're here. Hi, Betty. Look, this one says Sanford. So these names apparently are the names of the brick makers. So they're all different brick makers in New York and New England. Washburn. And they're all out of business. These are all, you know, brick makers that existed 100 years ago, but we don't be making bricks like that no more. So, you know, you don't have as many brick makers. But these are brick makers that were in business in New York and New England. And the walkway of the house was paved with this assortment of bricks from all over New England. And now they're mine, and they could be yours for the low, low price of, I'm not sure yet, because what do bricks cost? I don't know. So over the next week, I will be cataloging each of the bricks, adding them to the inventory list, and then adding them to the website. So if you are interested in buying a brick, I don't even know, what is it gonna cost to ship a brick? I don't know. But anyway, I'm gonna figure all that out. And they should be up on the website by next week. If you are not local but would like one of these local bricks, then you can get them from the shop. The bricks won't be very expensive, you know what I'm saying? They won't be very expensive because I want to take into account that the shipping for this will probably be higher than most things, but either way, I will list these, and of course if you are local in the area, then you can come and grab one before I get them up on the website. But yeah, I'm going to take a picture of each one, I think, and put them on the website. I got 21 whole bricks, and then I got a bag of like broken bricks for me to make red brick dust from. So those I'm gonna like smash to smithereens myself and make packets of red brick dust. So if you just want to buy the dust, you can. But then for, you know, the OG witches out there that like to make their own shit, you can just buy the brick and then you can do what you want with the brick. But I'm gonna take a picture of each one so that if you're buying online, you can buy the specific one. I'm gonna try to do this. That way, if one of the names, like maybe Washburn is your family name, or you know the brick maker or what have you, or you want to do research on the brick, I'm gonna list the different brick maker names, so you can pick like specifically which one you want. I'm gonna try to do that. That's definitely gonna take me longer, but I'm gonna try to do that. Is there a Williams or Stewart? I did not see Williams or Stewart. Look at this one. DK, I gotta see what brick maker that is. Let me see real quick if we have Williams or Stewart. Look at these. I have like 2 that say sage on them. Isn't that cool? For those of you who like sage. No Williams or Stewart. No Williams or Stewart. Sorry, love. Hi, Leslyn. Yeah. Super quality. Yeah, that was really important to me. I was like, I gotta have real brick, and it would be great if they were local and if I knew the story. Okay, so these are real. They are old AF, good vibes. They come from a good place with good people connected to me, so I can speak for that, you know, right? There's 2 of them that say sage on them. There's like one that's really whole, and then one that's like a little bit more broken. But yeah, I think it's cool that they say sage on them too. So yeah, so I'm gonna get these like, you know, photographed and classified, you know, soon. So that if there's a particular one you want, you can, you know, request that specific one. I'm gonna try to do it that way. And then they'll be in the shop as well. So yeah, I gotta figure out how to display them. I don't really know the way to display bricks. I guess I'll put them over by the window. Yeah, I'll probably put them over by the window. Yeah, so. Anywho, I think that's all the goodies that I've got going on today. And it's 5:30 and I don't know what I'm gonna do because we don't close until 7, but my computer's down. I might have to close early, which kind of bugs me, but I feel like it is better to close early and just go home and get the things done that I wanted to do done, than to like just waste the time doing stuff here. I mean, there's never, I could be working 24 hours a day for the next 6 months and I would not run out of things to do. I am learning, you know, having your own physical location as one person is incredibly difficult, and I have a lot going on, which is partially my own fault, you know. The Coven and my readings and products and stuff like that. So I have a lot going on by my own choosing, but even if I didn't, you can easily, you know, I can see how small business owners totally run themselves ragged. You could easily be just working 24 hours a day because there's no such thing as like, oh, that's done. There's like no such thing as that, you know? You can get something to like a point that you envisioned, but when you finish that hurdle, the next one is there because that's the nature of business. It needs to be growing and expanding always, or it fades out, it dies out, people lose interest. And so it's ridiculous the amount of stuff that needs to get done just to stay open, you know, from one day to the next. It's definitely a lot, and it's like I could work on any of them and it gets so overwhelming that it's like you end up just working on none of them. So I don't want to do that today. I don't want to sit here and like get so distracted with the million things that I could do that I don't really like complete something. You know what I mean? I don't want to start fiddling with stuff. So I think the best thing for me to do would be to put away the books, maybe take a couple pictures so that I can thank Weiser and post and thank them for the books, and put the bricks away, and then come in fresh tomorrow with my computer actually charged and like be ready to do some stuff. I think maybe this evening I'll just go home, have some soup. I made cauliflower soup for dinner this week, so I'll have some soup and get on the computer, do some stuff. Oh, by the way, if you ordered herbal smokes from me last week and you haven't paid your invoice, what you waiting for? Pay your invoice, yo, because I'm going to be packing up orders tomorrow. Okay, so all the orders that I have outstanding from last week, I'm gonna pack up tomorrow. So whether you order tea, Leslin, I got you. Your order's going out tomorrow. If you ordered smoke blends and you paid your invoice, then your order is also going out tomorrow. But if you haven't paid your invoice, then your order is not going to get packaged and go out until next week, Wednesday. Okay? Because, yeah, if you miss this ride, then there won't be another one till next week. Okay, we have a holiday on Monday, Tuesday. Not Tuesday, Monday. Tuesday I'll be podcast recording, and so I won't be back until Wednesday for packing orders. So definitely make sure to pay your invoice like by the end of tonight, if you want it to be sent out this week. If you don't care, it goes out next week, then take your time. But if you want it to go out this week, then make sure to settle up your invoices, okay? And if you're looking for herbal smokes, just a reminder, you can't get them through Etsy or on the HQ shop because everybody be hating on my herbal smokes. Too much red tape, blah, blah, blah. So I sell them directly. So you got to go to bronxwitch.com and look for the tab that says or herbal smokes. And then you can send in your order and I will invoice you separately. Okay? That's the only way to get the herbal smokes. But my teas, yoni steams are on my Etsy shop, and all the stuff in the HQ shop, candles, incense, crystals, herbs, all of that good stuff is on the HQ shop. Do you have any yoni steam at HQ? Of course I do. Yep. Everything that I make is available at HQ. Everything that I make is available at HQ. You just can't buy it online from HQ. You have to buy it online through my Etsy shop. Otherwise, you can buy it in person because they're here. And anything that's not on the shelves, I can package for you because I have all of my blends made. You guys know that I package to order. So I make like 32 ounce or 64 ounce batches of my teas, smoke blends, and yoni steams. I usually do that once a month. And then when you order, that's when your order gets put into a tin and sent to you. And I do that to preserve freshness. So if you order a tea from me, it was literally packaged right before it got put in the mail. And the batch was made no more than a month before you got it. So yeah, everything is available here, but if you want to order online, you're going to want to order from the Etsy shop if you're looking for the products that I make. And if you're just looking for any of the conjure stuff that we sell, then you can order online or in the store. Yeah, stop by tomorrow. Yeah, we're open all day tomorrow, 11 to 7. You can stop in anytime. I have a meeting in the evening, but don't worry about it. Just pop on by whenever you're here. And yeah, I think that's it, guys. I think I'm gonna wrap up, put these bricks away, and get out of here. Any questions for me before I go? Any questions about HQ or anything? If you're just tuning in, definitely watch the replay. It'll be during lunch. Perfect. That's perfect. I will definitely be here. We open at 11. So I will see you then. And somebody bought my last steam seat, unfortunately. So I got to order more yoni steam seats for those of you who are starting your yoni steam journeys and you don't have a full steam chair. I have these cool plastic portable steam seats that you just sit right over your toilet, pour your hot water in, and then just sit. Super convenient. But one of the neighbors in the building came and bought the last one. So now I have to order those, and those take a while to get in. So no steam seats, but we do have herbs on deck. Nat, I wish I was closer. Me too. But now that we have online shopping, if you are interested in any of the conjure products or metaphysical books that we're going to be having here, the tarot decks, etc., you can order online. BronxWitch.com. You're just looking for shop at HQ. Yes, you're welcome, Regina. Is that all the comments? Okay, I think that's it. All right, thank you guys for tuning in. It was good hanging out with you guys. Shout out to Weiser Books for the donations. You can find these books on the shelves of the Spiritual Take One, Leave One free library at HQ. And you can find the red bricks here at HQ and coming soon to the HQ website. All right, guys. I am out of here. I will talk to you later. Blessed be. Bye.